If there's one thing that almost everyone, Christian or non-Christian alike, agrees upon about Jesus of Nazareth, it is that he was a great teacher. Indeed, Jesus is known above all else to have been both a worker of miracles and a great teacher. And his preferred method of teaching was by far through the telling of brief stories called parables. I am sure most of you could tell from memory some of his most famous parables, like the parable of the Good Shepherd, the parable of the sheep and the goats, and of course, the parable of the prodigal son. And I'm sure that most all of us can tell the meanings of these well-known parables, these earthly stories with heavenly meanings. But what if the meanings that we have come to accept about these short stories by Jesus aren't necessarily wrong, but perhaps a bit incomplete? What if there is more to these stories to jar us, to challenge us, and provoke us than the domesticated meanings we've always accepted? I'd like to invite you to a unique Bible study that will dive deeper into these beloved stories, a Bible study that will force you to put to the side for a moment everything you thought you knew about the parables by Jesus and hear them again with different ears, with the ears of a first-century Jew living in Galilee. We will be using the book by Dr. Amy Jill Levine, Professor of New Testament Studies at Vanderbilt University, titled Short Stories by Jesus, where Dr. Levine puts her readers back into the first-century Jewish context in which Jesus first spoke the parables, and in so doing, opens up a new and challenging way of hearing again these short stories by Jesus.
Hi, my name is Amy Jill Levine, but most people call me AJ. I'm University Professor of New Testament and Jewish Studies at Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm also the author of a book entitled Short Stories by Jesus, The Enigmatic Parables of a Controversial Rabbi. Even though I'm Jewish, I find Jesus to be inspirational, profound, edgy, remarkable. When I listened to the parables, I tried to hear them as first-century Jews would have heard them. What we're going to do together is try to get a sense of what Jesus would have sounded like to the people who first heard them. What messages were those first-century Jews hearing when Jesus told them the parable? Parables are designed to shake us up, to challenge our worldview, to get us to see life differently. And if we could hear those parables as first-century Jews did, we'd be in a better position to understand why some of those Jews decided to follow Jesus in the first place.
Join me for 6 weeks on Wednesdays from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. starting this Wednesday, October 12th, in the narthex of the church. There's a link in the description below where you can click on it and sign up and receive more information about the Bible study and acquiring the book. I hope to see you this Wednesday night.